What if I told you that there was once a sage who stood alone against every army in Bharatavarsha? A sage who was born into a family of Brahmins but became the most feared warrior in history. He didn't fight for a kingdom or for gold. He fought because the ruling class had become drunk on power, and someone had to remind them that no one is above the law of Dharma. This is the story of Parashurama. Welcome to Chaturya, the fourth state. I'm K. Kumar, author of Naga, Daiva, and Dakini. Today I'm going to decode the saga of the sixth avatar of Bhagavan Vishnu, the immortal warrior sage Parashurama. But unlike popular perception, this isn't just a story of rage or violence or vengeance. It's a story about the shift of power and the terrifying consequences of pride. If you want to understand the fire that redefined our history, then stay with me. And if you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to join our journey through these sacred narratives. Our story begins in a quiet ashram in a forest, where Sage Jamadagni and his wife Renuka were living. They possessed a divine treasure, a cow named Kamadhenu. She was no ordinary cow. She was a vessel of the divine, capable of producing anything that her owner desired. But one day, the mighty king Kartavirya Arjuna, who is also known as Sahasrarjuna, arrived with his massive army. He was a warrior blessed with the strength of 1,000 arms and immense power. The sage Jamadagni welcomed them with respect, and using the powers of Kamadhenu, he provided a royal feast for the entire army in the middle of the wilderness. The king was stunned. He realized a single cow was more valuable than his entire kingdom. Greed took hold. The evil king demanded the sacred cow be given to him. When the sage refused to give up the cow politely, the king's pride blinded him. He ordered his men to seize the cow by force, and they trashed the entire ashram, killed the sage cold-bloodedly, and dragged the divine cow away. Parashurama was in the mountains when all of this was happening in the ashram. And when Parashurama returned, he found his mother weeping over his father's dead body. He saw 21 wounds on his father's chest. His grief turned into a cold, terrifying rage. Now, Parashurama was a Brahmin by birth, but he had the heart of a warrior. He picked up his legendary axe, the one given to him by Mahadeva Shiva, and set off towards the king's capital. When he reached the palace, he challenged the powerful king. A sage's son stood before the king in his saffron robe, an axe in hand. The king, who was trained in martial arts and who had a fierce army, laughed at the lone sage with the axe. But Parashurama moved like a whirlwind. With his divine axe, he systematically cut off all 1,000 of the king's arms and ended his life. He then killed all his sons, but the cycle of blood was only beginning. Because his mother had beaten her chest 21 times in grief, Parashurama made a vow that took the world. He would circle the earth 21 times to eliminate every corrupt warrior king who had forgotten his duty, his dharma. Parashurama became a one-man army. He was cleansing a ruling class that had become drunk on power. At Kurukshetra, he created 5 large lakes, not with water, but with the blood of the tyrants he had defeated. Eventually, the world went silent. The corrupt systems were torn down, but Parashurama didn't want a throne. The sage's duty is knowledge, not power. He donated all the lands that he had conquered to Sage Kshetra. And because he had given the land away, he could no longer live on it. So he used his power to push back the sea, creating a new strip of land, the southwestern coast of India. The region came to be known as Parashurama Kshetra. I made a separate detailed video on that, and I will share the link in the description below. After this, Parashurama retired to the peaks of Mahendragiri Parvata. Parashurama is a Chiranjeevi, an immortal lives through the ages. He appears later to test Bhagwan Rama. It is believed that he is still there, waiting on Mahendra Parvata to act as a teacher for the final manifestation or avatar of Bhagwan Vishnu, Kalki. The story of Parashurama is a reminder that when those in power stop protecting the weak, a force will rise to restore the balance. If you want to know what happened after this, you can read about it in my book, Naga. I'll give you the descriptions in the link. Or if you want to see the sacred land he created with his own hands, then watch my special episode on Parashurama Kshetra. The link is on your screen right now. And if you like this video, then comment Jai Parashurama below and subscribe to this channel for more fascinating content from Indian Puranas and folklore. I'm K. Harikumar, and I'll see you next time in another episode. May Bhagwan Parashurama be with you.